San Francisco's oldest rivalry takes center stage tonight on the hilltop. It's St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Cathedral. The Bruce Mahoney Trophy is on the line in women's basketball action. And a very pleasant good evening to you. I'm George Devine with Jessica Blodgett. And Jessica, two old rivals, a big game in the West Catholic Athletic League. You couldn't ask for more, but St. Ignatius head coach Maya Falk really likes her team. They've won 4 in a row, and they can take the trophy back to 37th Avenue with a victory tonight.
Yeah, I really enjoyed my conversation, or our conversation with Maya this week, and her discussion about the team and how dedicated they are to each other.
Yeah, a couple of her senior leaders to watch for tonight, Jacqueline McDonough and Emily Ennis. And for Sacred Heart Cathedral, they're rolling this year, 15-2. Their only league loss came to Mitty, which is ranked nationally. Sacred Heart Cathedral with a win preserves the trophy fight until baseball. Demetrius Jackson's got a very talented team.
Yeah, we also had a great conversation with Demetrius Jackson a couple nights ago, and I really liked talking to him. And what struck me about him was how he talked about his losses and how his team was building on some of those close losses to very good teams.
Yeah, and Reza Poe runs the point. The junior is starting to get some Division I looks. It's always exciting when these two teams get together. It's a big rivalry. This place is going to be packed, a lot of energy here.
I'm really looking forward to it.
And we're looking forward to enjoying this evening with you. Sacred Heart Cathedral in St. Ignatius, the Bruce Mahoney Trophy, dates back to 1947. It's the second year that it includes women's sports, and a lot's on the line here tonight on the hilltop. We're back after this on the Bay Area Online Sports Network.
Established in 1887, Holy Cross Catholic Cemetery is rich in California history. This historical legacy translates into the important values of tradition, experience, stability, and trust. Holy Cross has been committed to providing compassionate and responsive service to families during their time of greatest need. It's nestled in the serene valley of Colma, welcoming families with its peaceful appeal. Experience this sacred space for you and your family to share for generations.
As a 7-year veteran of the department, Officer Sarah Jones has walked the 6th Street footbeat, patrolled the Tenderloin, and is currently assigned to the Community Violence Reduction Team. A 2013 graduate of Sacred Heart Cathedral, Sarah played varsity volleyball, earning the Kelly Gallagher Award, leading her team to a CCS championship. Engaged with Sacred Heart alum and SFPD officer Jack Gardner, Sarah has coached youth volleyball teams as her way to give back to the community. Officer Jones is proud to be the first in her family to serve as a police officer. Thank you, Officer Jones, for your service to our city.
And you're looking live at the fans of the Fighting Irish of Sacred Heart Cathedral. They're excited tonight inside War Memorial at the Sobrano Center in San Francisco. There's a look at the Fighting Irish in their final huddle before tonight's showdown with St. Ignatius. And again, a very pleasant good evening to you. I'm George Devine along with Jessica Blodgett. The St. Ignatius starters being introduced. And let's get a look at the starters for the two teams. Coaches relying on veteran backcourts. We talked about Reza Poe for Sacred Heart Cathedral anchoring the starting lineup. There you see the starting lineup. Inez Gallegos, Poe, Madison Eade, and Malia Scobie. And they're going to take on a very young but improving St. Ignatius squad. Take a look at those SI starters. Emily Ennis, the senior, brings the leadership along with Megan Manning. And then you see Bridget Mahoney, Mackenzie Eggert, and Jacqueline McDonough. Jessica, you a little fired up right now with the noise in here?
I am so excited to be a part of this big game.
Well, big game. St. Ignatius wearing the black, even though they're the home team. You see Mackenzie Eggert is going to jump center against Malia Scobie, and sign right there, go Mackenzie. Our lead official tonight is Eric Media. And we are ready to go. Wildcats control it. Maddie Ennis running the point. There's Manning. And McDonough coming up empty. Big three right there for Bridget Mahoney. Well, the early energy goes to Wildcats here.
Yeah, we always talk about second chance opportunities. Somebody grabbed that big offensive rebound, kicked it out for that three-pointer.
You're seeing more and more teams do that, go inside out on extended possessions. Reza Poe with 10 to shoot. And the Wildcats with the rebound thanks to Eggert. That's an electric atmosphere here on the hilltop. And the officials taking time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Please do not play music during the action. Thank you.
Well, the fans told let the professionals play the music. Here's Manning. Poe with the defensive handiwork. Irish have the numbers. Wildcats with the defensive board. But right there, the layup opportunity broke down. Again, the Irish defense tough. Sacred Heart Cathedral has the numbers again. No basket. Scobie traveled.
It was a great opportunity for St. Ignatius to get on the board, or excuse me, Sacred Heart Cathedral to get on the board, but they just couldn't get their footwork in there.
You know, in the women's game, they often call the most minute travels. You're not going to Euro step in this game tonight. Ennis. By the way, Emily Ennis, her sister Mary, their two other sisters have all played varsity ball for the Wildcats. Oldest sister Maddie starts for the Pacific Tigers in the West Coast Conference. Great story out of Burlingame. Nothing there for Bridget Mahoney. Irish still looking for their first score. Wildcats with a big defensive board. Emily Ennis. And the foul is going to go against Bletcha.
That was a close one. It could have gone either way.
It also could, I think, could have gone no call.
I agree.
First team foul on the Irish. Play 8-minute quarters in high school, 30-second shot clock. Mahoney will run the point. Wildcats in the black, the Fighting Irish in the white. Mahoney, yes.
Beautiful jumper by Mahoney.
That's a great place to shoot from as well. Open at the elbow. Here's Poe, it's got a seam. And the Irish shooting woes continue. Wildcats trying to go up 7, maybe 8-0. Manning will run the point. I really like how Ennis moves the ball. Irish on the break, but the Wildcats are going to get the steal. But right now, Jessica, do you see the players maybe a little too hyped up?
I think that both teams have a case of the nerves and just need some time to settle down. There's been a little bit of sloppy play, some travel, some turnovers, some early fouls. The energy of this crowd is just probably getting to them a little bit. Might take them a few more minutes to settle down into the game.
Irish will run the inbound from the near sideline. It's like St. Ignatius 2 for 4 to open the game from the field. Fighting Irish still 0 for the ball game. Gallegos. I think she wanted the whistle there. Big rebound for the Fighting Irish. And again, Gallegos coming up empty. Irish ball. The Irish have nearly gone half this quarter without a score. What do you see as the key here, Jessica, to get someone in the basket if you're Sacred Heart Cathedral?
I'm always a big fan of the inside shot. I think they should work it inside to one of their bigger players. Higher percentage shot.
You ask a post that question, you get an answer like that. Well, there's a high percentage three from Blucka. And the Irish take a 30-second timeout. And my question is right now, why are you taking a timeout after a big shot like that?
You know, that's a good question. There was obviously something pertinent that he had to tell them.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the men and women of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, working hard every day to keep you safe across San Francisco. Sacred Heart Cathedral starting out the game 0 of 5, now 1 of 6 from the floor. Shot selection has not been the problem for the Irish.
Yeah, they're just not getting it to fall. You know, that's, they're not playing at their home gym, and playing in a college gym is a little bit different. It's a little bit open. The view of the basket can be a little bit of a different until you get adjusted to the view.
A couple of young fans having fun. And in the last 3.5 minutes, St. Ignatius 1 for 4 from the floor. Hasn't been a pretty start for either team shooting-wise. Irish can tie it right here. Poe, yes!
Big rebound by Poe, put back.
Poe, one of the smallest players on the floor at 5'3". McGee. Demetrius Jackson not happy with the call. Mahoney gets blocked and a foul. Foul goes against Madison Eade, 6-foot sophomore. Her first, the second on the Irish. We get our first trip to the free throw line tonight by either team. Good look there at Bridget Mahoney.
Good job of Mahoney just staying with their shot and going up hard and drawing that foul.
You know, sometimes when an offense is sputtering, the best thing to do, get to the free throw line.
Yeah, slows the game down, changes the whole energy.
Gets them both. First lead change of the night. Jacqueline McDonough back for the Wildcats. Here's Versosa. Great pass out of a trap. Big rebound for the Wildcats. McGee. What a great decision right there. We're really getting a good vantage point as Demetrius Jackson is working the officials pretty well.
He's definitely pretty vocal about some of the calls.
For Sosa. No whistle there on Poe's miss. Manning, great bailout by McDonough. Shot clock down to 5. Manning. And McDonough is fouled. Excuse me, Eggert is fouled.
That's so tough. Sacred Heart Cathedral, you know, really was playing great defense, almost had the shot clock run out and just bailed them out, St. Ignatius out with a foul.
You play 28.5 seconds of great defense, and then you put somebody on the free throw line.
It's heartbreaking for a coach.
Hearts are less broken for Sacred Heart Cathedral after Eggert misses the first free throw. Still broken, though. Gallegos with the last rebound. Poe handling bottom of your screen. Reversal. The rebound bounces to McGee. What do you think? I think it should have been the Irish's ball.
I couldn't tell.
It looked like more of a swat at the ball rather than a touch. Clean steal. Blecka. And the finish.
That was some incredibly pressured defense by Sacred Heart Cathedral.
Final minute of the first quarter. 3 ball is good for Mahoney. Oh, the shooting is starting to heat up. Final 48 seconds of the first. Wildcat ball.
A little bit of a miscommunication between players on Sacred Heart Cathedral.
Madison Eade back into the ball game. Reza Poe will hustle back. Good shift by Gianna Moniz. And a foul in the backcourt called on Poe. Oh no, it's a slap out on St. Ignatius. Poe's got a little room. Closed up by Ennis. Scobie in deep. That's a foul. Well, some perseverance in the post there, Jessica.
Yeah, you know, Poe, that was a beautiful entry pass by Reza Poe into Malia Scobie. She was able to get that foul.
One shot remaining for Malia Scobie.
Scobie gets both. 1-point game. Wildcats can play for the final shot of the first. Eggert at the post showing off her ball handling. What do you say, about 10 seconds you start to go with the basket here?
Yeah, you don't want to wait too long and then take a bad shot. You really want to work for that good one.
Nothing there from McDonough. The Irish have time, 3 seconds. I don't think they're aware of the clock. Seemed there'd be no clock awareness for Sacred Heart Cathedral. Wildcats lead by 1 after 1. We're back to Bruce Mahoney basketball after this.
Do you know SI?
You know SI?
Do you know SI? Do you know SI?
I chose SI because it's a high school community that everybody's excited to be in.
SI is the kind of place you don't have to choose between being an athlete and an actor.
Kids that do arts, kids that do sports can really be friends.
We're all so different, and we celebrate that.
Everyone together, no matter who you are, is so enriching to be with people that have the same love for your school as you do.
The stuff that you learn here isn't just math and science, it's how to be a better person.
I think a lot of Jesuit values have helped me, even though I'm not a Catholic person. Jesuit is being with and for others.
Helping each other discover our common humanity, pushing each other to be our best selves. That's why SI is so great, is because we use that Jesuit mindset.
Jesuit is being open to growth. High school is definitely trial and error.
Being able to try new things or experience new things.
You have many opportunities to become a new person and really express yourself.
Jesuit is being intellectual.
The things you're learning in the classroom, you're fully encouraged to take out into the world and to apply to your personal experience. Jesuit is being religious.
Our motto is finding God in all things.
It's about finding a way to be connected to God that's unique to you.
Jesuit is being loving. It all starts with finding yourself and loving yourself.
No one's left behind. Everyone has a place.
Jesuit is being committed to justice.
I am so grateful for what I have, and now I want to help the world. So if it does improve and progress.
Jesuit is being called to leadership.
Leadership is not really about the roles, the names, the titles that you're given.
I think SI provides a lot of opportunities for students to lead, whether they feel like they're the outspoken leadership type or they don't think they'd ever be seen as a leader.
You are a leader in some way or another.
This is Jesuit.
This is Jesuit.
This is Jesuit.
This is SI.
The Wildcat fans, a lot to be excited about. Their team leads it after 1 quarter, 10-9. Jessica, the shooting, okay. 5 of 13 for Sacred Heart Cathedral, 5 of 11 for St. Ignatius. Fighting Irish will have the ball to start, down 1. Little trap. Poe needed help. Missed shot there by Madison Eade. Eggert, no good on the hook.
That was a great entry pass by Frias, but Eggert just couldn't finish.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Holy Cross Catholic Cemetery, partnering with you to keep your family's memory and legacy alive. Holy Cross, proud to bring you tonight's Bruce Mahoney action. 10-9, Wildcats with the lead. Irish can take the lead with a deuce. Chance for a 3. Great job on the boards. No, and it's an offensive foul. Eade getting called for the reach.
It's a big rebound by Gallegos, but she got called for that player control foul.
Irish fouls number 10 as Gallegos, first personal, 14 foul.
Next free throw has the Wildcats at the line for a 1-and-1. High school game still has the 5-foul bonus. 7 fouls get you in the double bonus. Eggert and Gallegos for the rebounds. And this time it's going to be Eggert for the foul.
You know, that's her second foul 2 times down the court. It's bad news for St. Ignatius if she gets into foul trouble.
It's also back-to-back fouls on the posts.
Yeah, you know, I think the first one was a little bit of a frustration foul, and I'm not sure what happened the second foul that she just got.
Heard somebody behind us yelling, "Let them play." Open three. And O'Shaughnessy with the rebound. Little overplay by the Irish. McGee. Great box out by Gallegos. Poe looking to deal. Here's Versosa, back to Poe, open look. That's frustrating. Tie up for the rebounds. McDonough and the Wildcats will keep it.
Jump ball, possession Wildcats. Number 15, Megan Manning for the Wildcats.
Big box out. Sacred Heart Cathedral is really pressuring the backcourt, causing problems for St. Ignatius.
Irish with the steal. Poe. Wildcats transitioned really well back on defense. Poe blocked by McGee. That might be the defensive play of the night so far for St. Ignatius. Wildcats have won 4 in a row. Fighting Irish out to a 15-2 start. Their only losses to Salesian and Midi. Midi's got one of the best teams in the country, one of the best freshmen in the country.
Number 42, Leah Scobie for the Irish.
You know, in this kind of a ball game, every possession is so important, and to throw the ball out of the bounds is just so tough.
Nothing there on the post move for Scobie. Scobie is really playing her ground well in there. Just not a lot's falling for either team. O'Shaughnessy wants it in deep. Mahoney, the floater. Scobie tapping that rebound to Versosa. And the Irish take the lead. Muniz and timeout Wildcats.
Irish, all time.
Irish calling time right there after taking an 11-10 lead. To remind you tonight's broadcast.
1 minute.
Also brought to you. And we'll step away. We'll be right back after this.
Growing up, it was a nice place to see. I knew it was a special place because we would come far to visit. Open skies, birds, the green grass, angels, a place for flowers, a peaceful place.
And now, I'm sharing this place with my family, sharing the history, stories, and memories. Holy Cross will be part of our family for generations.
Officer Jennifer O'Keefe is a dynamic street cop. In her 16 years of service, she has worked undercover narcotics, human trafficking, and is also a recruit training officer. A 2002 graduate of St. Ignatius High School, Jennifer was captain of the varsity lacrosse team, played soccer, and was on the diving team. She volunteers on several nonprofit boards and works as a counselor, providing support to first responders showing signs of PTSD. A 6th-generation San Franciscan, Jennifer and her husband Robbie live in the city with their 2 children, Owen and Margaret. Her sister Courtney is also an SFPD officer. Officer O'Keefe, thank you for your service.
And we want to thank the San Francisco Police Officers Association for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. The SFPOA investing in positive sports and activities for San Francisco's youth. Well, the Fighting Irish taking the lead on Muniz's basket. The first score of this quarter for either side came with, well, almost half the quarter gone, Jessica. Here's Phillips. Rejected by Gallegos. SI trying to keep the possession alive. And Frias touches it out of bounds. No basket there.
Not a lot of shots falling for either team at this point in the game.
And it's, you know, we said it earlier, it doesn't appear to be a matter of shot selection.
No, they're great. Each team is having great opportunities at the basket. It's just not falling.
11-10, Sacred Heart Cathedral leads it. Gallegos giving it up. Back to Gallegos. He's got room, he's got the bucket. Great move right there.
Great move to the basket, and she even threw it a double pump in there.
You know, talking with Demetrius Jackson about his Sacred Heart Cathedral team, you can see him at the bottom of your screen. He's super animated. He said this is a team that has learned more from its losses than it has from its wins.
Yeah, you know, he said that his losses were tough. They lost to some pretty great teams by not very big differences, and using them as motivation.
I mean, their losses are to Salesian and Midi. I mean,
and they were close games.
State championship caliber teams. There you see the Wildcat fans. St. Ignatius opened in 1855. The Sacred Heart Cathedral traces its roots a few years earlier to 1852. That kid with the Warriors jacket, he keeps popping up.
Yeah, I love his jacket.
He's our answer tonight to Waldo.
I see him on the screen, but I haven't found him in the stands yet.
I think he's got a friend on the crew. I think he's got, as they say in New York, he's got a hook. Cute kid. Travel.
Shuffled her feet a little bit.
13-10, Sacred Heart Cathedral leads it. 3:35 away from halftime. You get to see some of the other talented students from these two great schools at the break. Dance teams, musicians. Nothing there from Manning. Gallegos really emerging here in the second quarter. Beautiful pass, even better defense. These teams are being very aggressive in the passing lanes this evening.
Yeah, the intense pressure by both teams on defense is pretty impressive.
There, you just got a good look at Sister Frances Meyer right there, sitting in the front row. 87 years young, recovering from a hip replacement. We wish her all the best. She ran the clock for 30-plus years for Sacred Heart Cathedral Athletics. Basketball, football, volleyball. There was a scoreboard to run, she ran it.
It's great to have her here tonight.
Yeah. Good lady. Wildcats 0 for their last 9 from the floor. Open look. Irish increased the lead. Lecca with a big shot right there.
Great ball movement by Sacred Heart Cathedral to find the open player.
Lecca has 6, both of her shots from long range. 16-10 Irish. Wildcats answer.
Thank you.
Manning with the foul.
Wildcats fouls number 15, first personal, 15 foul.
See Maya Falk, the St. Ignatius coach, over on the left of your screen. Maya played in this rivalry. She talked a lot about it when we met with her the other night.
Yeah, she still says it's one of her biggest basketball memories from her career.
Lecca now with 7 points. Grew up in South San Francisco. Went to elementary school at Our Lady of Mercy in Daly City. Very bright red sweaters there because it gets foggy in Daly City. And they're going to call the push on Scobie. St. Ignatius had been in a 6-minute scoring drought. McGee will trigger the inbound with a fresh 30. Remember, you can go in the backcourt to pick it up.
That's a bonus. Bonus for SI.
Once you establish possession in the front court, that's a no-no. Manning gets it inside for Phillips. We've got a scrum. Possession will go to the Irish.
It was a good job by Andrea Phillips to try to keep the ball alive. Even though she got denied, she stuck with it and dove on the floor to really sacrificed her body to try to get the ball back.
Number 20, Kit Jones for the Wildcats.
You know, sometimes in these scrums, it takes a while to get the hands of two people on the ball. Can roll around a bit, and a lot of people are going to dive at it. Irish looking to break pressure. Gallegos, beautiful pass. Scobie too hard on the finish.
Those are tough misses.
McGee's got room to work. And the bump on Muniz.
Good hard move to the basket by McGee to draw that foul.
Got to look at Moniz down there in the, excuse me, that's Ede down the block, Scobie down the block. And nothing there for Haley McGee, the 5'9" freshman.
A lot of activity behind the basket.
Sacred Heart Cathedral fans are right behind this basket. St. Ignatius, both teams will have friendlier backgrounds in the second half. But they're shooting toward enemy territory in the first half. Gallegos giving it up. Muniz. Wildcats have the ball.
Quick hands by Jones to force that turnover.
Well, so far in the quarter, Sacred Heart Cathedral has outscored St. Ignatius 9-2.
Yeah, Stephanie, you know what else is, without St. Ignatius scoring, they're not able to press Sacred Heart Cathedral.
Great point. And I think both of these teams rely a lot on their presses. You know, both coaches were telling us they use both zone and player-to-player presses. Scobie with a big block. Free throws coming up for the Irish. Ede is going to the free throw line, but you know, Scobie just showed us something. You can have a rough day offensively in the post, but you make a defensive play like that and everybody forgets it.
Yeah.
Wildcats fouls for 15.
Well, since the quarter began, Fighting Irish on a 10-2 run. She got the front end of two.
It's with a minute left, it's super important for St. Ignatius to get a basket right here.
Because, you know, you are one steal and layup away from being down double digits. Here's Phillips. Clean block. Irish seizing the opportunity. Big rebound by McGee.
What a catch and almost finished by Gallegos.
And there's a foul on Madison Ede.
There's some not happy Sacred Heart Cathedral fans behind us that didn't think that was a foul.
Third on Ede, so Demetrius Jackson, I think, is having a decision made for him right now. Big free throw from McGee. There was nothing controversial about that foul. McGee now 1 of 3 at the line. 1 of 4 for the night. The Wildcats will take down from Mahoney. Back to a 4-point game. Lecca with the miss. Wildcats can play for the final shot, and Jessica with a 3. It's a 1-point game. What a turn here in the last about 45 seconds.
You know, she was playing great defense and really bailed her out with that reach.
Irish fouls number 11, Kiana Muniz.
Muniz with the foul, her second.
18 foul.
Mahoney is 2 of 2 at the line tonight.
Mahoney has 21.
Got to make one to get a second. What a turnaround. Fighting Irish had a chance to throw a real knockout punch at the end of the second quarter, and the Wildcats have clawed back. 1 second left. Wide right for Blecka. So that'll do it for our first half of action. Sacred Heart Cathedral up by 2. Wildcats rallied back here in the second. We're back with the halftime activities in the Bay Area Online Sports Network. Looking live at the Sacred Heart Cathedral dance team, entertaining fans here. Halftime of the Bruce Mahoney girls basketball game. Fighting Irish lead 19-7. I'm going to let you enjoy the sights and the sounds.
The Sacred Heart Cathedral Dance Team. And now, please welcome the St. Ignatius Dance and Drill Team.
Heart Cathedral, the 2-point lead, 19-17 here on the Bay Area Online Sports Network.
Sacred Heart Cathedral has a proud tradition of excellence in athletics spanning more than a century. Throughout its history, the Fightin' Irish have garnered 58 league crowns, 52 sectional titles, and 31 NorCal and state championships across all sports over the years. The school has also produced a number of athletes who have played professionally and have represented the United States internationally, among them Major League Hall of Famers, Super Bowl champions, and Olympians. SHC offers 23 sports, sponsoring 57 teams with more than 800 athletes competing every year in the West Catholic Athletic League. With a premier strength and conditioning program, Sacred Heart Cathedral prepares athletes for the next level, and each year dozens of our graduates compete for their colleges and universities. More important than any championship banner that hangs in our gym is the development of the student athletes who put their hearts and souls into competition every time they take the field, step onto the mat, or hit the court, the course, or the pool. Our students grow both as athletes and as people, and they form bonds that make up the Irish family throughout generations. We invite you to join the Sacred Heart Cathedral family. Go Irish!
Established in 1887, Holy Cross Catholic Cemetery is rich in California history. This historical legacy translates into the important values of tradition, experience, stability, and trust. Holy Cross has been committed to providing compassionate and responsive service to families during their time of greatest need. It's nestled in the serene valley of Colma, welcoming families with its peaceful appeal. Experience this sacred space for you and your family to share for generations.
And back here live at the University of San Francisco. Let's look at some highlights from the first action of tonight's thriller between Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Ignatius. Well, the rivalry on the line. A lot to be excited about.
Lots of excitement in this gym tonight. Beautiful jump shot by Bridget Mahoney. Another perimeter shot by great steal by Sacred Heart Cathedral. A nice dish and finish at the end of the basket.
Yeah, Mona's the finisher right there.
Big block shot by Andrea Phillips.
And Mahoney, the leading scorer in the ballgame with 11.
No artificial noisemakers, no music while play is ongoing. Thank you.
So Wildcats and Irish switch ends. Blecka led Sacred Heart Cathedral with 8 points. I mentioned Mahoney's 11 leads everybody.
Great drive to the basket by Megan Manning and finish.
Manning tying it up at 19, our third tie of the night. He's had 2 lead changes. Blecka, the floater oh so close. Irish get the numbers back quickly defensively. He'd nearly swiped it away. For the lead, nothing there. Poe and the Irish looking to run their half-court game.
Great hands by Ear to get that steal.
There's Bridget Mahoney. Emily Ennis. Manning. Big rebound for Ennis. Manning again delivers. Wildcats had their first lead since early in the second quarter. Scobie makes it look easy in the block.
Beautiful entry pass, and Scobie was able to make a great drop step to the basket.
Wildcats up 1. Take a chance here, look at the numbers from the first half. Shooting percentages and the like.
Second personal, first team foul.
So Eggert checks back in for the Wildcats. Irish pull Gallegos and Poe. I don't think Poe's going to stay on the bench long, Jessica. Big rebound for Ennis. His 2 older sisters playing college basketball. And the shot clock.
We always talk about how second chance opportunities are so hard when you're playing defense, and I think that's the third chance opportunity for St. Ignatius.
Well, but only 3 on the timer. Ennis Nope, didn't get it off in time. No basket. Great job by Mahoney running in, and the Irish take the lead.
Great offensive rebound and finish by Moniz.
Yeah, Moniz, I mispronounced her name. I apologize. Just came in from out of nowhere.
You know, the pace of the game in the first half was pretty intense. It seems a little bit more slow and methodical in the second half.
Versosa rejected. Right now, Emily Ennis is all over the place for St. Ignatius. See her right there, number 3. She's going to guard the inbounds. Jump ball. That'll stay with the Irish.
Jump ball, possession Irish.
Scobie missing the shorty. Irish showing press. Wildcats need to move it up quickly. They found middle to Eggert. Beautiful finish by Scobie. Glucka set her up.
Sacred Heart Cathedral's backcourt pressure is just so tough to deal with for.
And we're watching Demetrius Jackson move subs in and out. And the Wildcats will talk things over. We're back after this. Irish have taken the lead.
Officer Jennifer O'Keefe is a dynamic street cop. In her 16 years of service, she has worked undercover narcotics, human trafficking, and is also a recruit training officer. A 2002 graduate of St. Ignatius High School, Jennifer was captain of the varsity lacrosse team, played soccer, and was on the diving team. She volunteers on several nonprofit boards and works as a counselor, providing support to first responders showing signs of PTSD. A sixth-generation San Franciscan, Jennifer and her husband Robbie live in the city with their 2 children, Owen and Margaret. Her sister Courtney is also an SFPD officer. Officer O'Keefe, thank you for your service.
And back here in San Francisco, Sacred Heart Cathedral has taken a 3-point lead thanks to 4 points in the last 2 minutes from Malia Scobie. Now Scobie and company defend. Both teams have been moving subs in and out. Maya Fox team just called a timeout. St. Ignatius with less than 10 on the timer. Shot clock down to 4. And the Irish, thanks to Scobie, get the rebound. She's been their aircraft carrier the last few minutes. Versosa giving it up. Irish still have a lot of time. Gallegos distributing. Foul on the Irish. Wildcats will have the ball.
Big bust out by
Scobie.
Eggert and Mahoney.
Second on Scobie, and I know with Scobie's offensive prowess the last couple minutes, it's something you're probably asking about at home. George Devine, Jessica Blodgett with you tonight from the University of San Francisco, the house that Bill Russell built. War Memorial at the Sobrato Center, Provident Credit Union Court. McGee hit some big shots in the first half. Glucka with the Irish rebound. Great play by Moniz to keep it alive. Moniz owns this possession. Moniz again tapping it, keeping it alive. Versosa gets fouled. But what about Moniz's hustle right there?
Yeah, she kept that alive for Sacred Heart Cathedral, and they really benefited from that.
Wildcat fouls on Sofia Sanchez. Inbound off the baseline. Gallegos. Yes!
You just can't let Gallegos get that inside position. She's too dangerous.
I'm wondering, in that Sacred Heart Cathedral dressing room at halftime, did they talk about the missed opportunity to extend their lead into double digits? And maybe we're seeing the results of what they talked about. McGee, yes.
McGee took advantage of her size, the size difference and got that inside play.
Exploiting it. Versosa left open. Wildcat rebound goes to Manning. Mahoney, the leading scorer for the Wildcats. They give it up to Manning. Foul on the rebound. So hold going against the Irish.
Irish fouls for 10. Nice Gallegos. Third personal, third team foul.
Third on Gallegos. St. Ignatius is 1 for 7 from the floor this quarter. Wildcats trying to improve that shooting number. McGee with room. Trying to clean up her own mess. The ball will go to the Irish. Poe. Yes!
She created that all for herself.
And a great screen from Malia Scobie to open up that seam. Count it for the Wildcats. Bridget Mahoney. No basket.
It was an amazing job by Poe to get that position and draw that offensive foul.
6-point game, but right now you get the feeling that the momentum belongs to Sacred Heart Cathedral.
I completely agree. St. Ignatius would really do themselves a favor taking advantage of Gallegos being on the bench for Sacred Heart Cathedral.
Irish looking to get it to Scobie. For Sosa. Big rebound for Manning and the Wildcats.
Scobie probably wishes she could get that foul back.
Yeah, I believe that's her third. Sanchez at the free throw line looking to get both ends. Big throws here for a team down 5. Sacred Heart Cathedral won it in football. St. Ignatius won the volleyball match in the boys basketball game. Sacred Heart Cathedral pushes it to baseball if they win this one. Count it for Blecka. Irish open up an 8-point lead. And I have a feeling, Jessica, that Demetrius Jackson just called a timeout to set up his press.
Yeah. If they can hold St. Ignatius to not scoring in this last possession, they're taking that momentum into the fourth quarter.
Speaking of timeouts left, get a good look here.
Oh, crossover by Poe and just was able to nail that jumper. Beautiful shot.
Well, somebody's getting a makeover. Well, Irish are going to, well, they're going to put Poe on the inbounder. Wildcats trying to find middle. Now they can settle in for a final shot with 10 seconds to play. And the Wildcats come up empty. After three, an 8-point lead for Sacred Heart Cathedral. The fourth period coming up next. One of San Francisco's greatest traditions comes to the hilltop. The Bruce Mahoney series between Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Ignatius girls volleyball on the University of San Francisco campus. They're ready for a barn burner tonight. St. Ignatius. Wildcats taking it straight sets to St. Ignatius, victorious in the first leg of the Bruce Mahoney series. And tonight's broadcast brought to you by more than 2,000 members of the San Francisco Police Officers Association, serving your community with pride and honor, and also by Holy Cross Catholic Cemeteries. Holy Cross, preserving memories, sharing family stories, and serving the community. Find out more at holycrosscemeteries.com. Well, it's crunch time here, Jessica.
St. Ignatius really needs to make every possession count right now if they want to stay in this game.
McGee had it in deep. Great shot there for Sofia Sanchez.
It was almost a turnover, and Sanchez was converted into a basket.
Fighting Irish have been sniffing a 10-point lead all night. Great play there. With Moniz finishing. Versosa setting her up.
Great court awareness by Versosa.
Jump ball. That'll go to the Fighting Irish of Sacred Heart Cathedral. I want to thank the staffs of both schools for helping us get ready for tonight's broadcast, and the great house staff here at USF, Mark Papadopoulos and their crew. They make it look easy because they work hard. Irish keep it alive. Galego's got away with a reach over McGee. And every possession is big here. And Sanchez cruises in.
Beautiful drive down the lane and way to finish for Sanchez.
Could have driven the team bus through that hole. Wildcats weren't ready for that, and Sanchez, wow, she's got the last 3 baskets for St. Ignatius. Sophia Sanchez making this a 4-point game.
You know, St. Ignatius really needs a player to step up and, you know, start making things happen for them.
Gallegos will go to the line. McGee with her second. 2 free throws coming up here. You know, we talked earlier about playing in a bigger building than the school gyms these teams are accustomed to. I think by this point in the game, things are kind of a little better depth perception-wise.
Yeah, I think they've all taken shots under pressure, and they should be pretty comfortable around the basket now. (36-31), Wildcats down 5. Eggert in deep. Sanchez nearly had that rebound for the Wildcats. Eid on the catch and shoot. Irish open for 3. Yes! Reza Poe knocks it down. Well, the Irish have stretched their lead out to 8 3 times tonight. Now Maya Falk and St. Ignatius calling a timeout. You know, Eggert had great position underneath the basket, and she tried to finish with her right hand, and I think it would have been better if she would have been able to finish with her left.
Yeah, so the Wildcats a lot to talk about. I think for the Fighting Irish, you're up 8. 3rd time tonight you've been up 8. You need to make this 10 or 11.
Yeah, every time they've kept it at 8, St. Ignatius has been able to get back into the game. You know, Sacred Heart Cathedral's defense is just so tough, and, you know, if they could make a couple more baskets and stretch the lead out, I think you're right. You know, it's going to be hard for SI to get back into the game.
Maya Falk, class of 1998 at St. Ignatius, drawing up the plays. Played in the early stages of the women's rivalry. Sacred Heart and Cathedral High Schools merged in '87. Really combined their athletics that year, and then St. Ignatius went co-ed, admitting young women for the first time in 1989, and then sponsored varsity athletics starting in 1990. There was our buddy in the Warriors jacket again.
Yeah. Still haven't figured out where, oh, he's right across from us. I found him in the stands.
So this rivalry now moving into its 2nd generation. We're starting to see young players whose moms played for the 2 schools. There you see the number 6 up there to honor the late Bill Russell. USF's big man when they won 2 national championships back in the 1950s. So Sophia Sanchez has been the hot hand. 6 points in the last minute, 30 plus. She's at the top of your screen without the ball. Mahoney to McGee. Sanchez attracting some defensive attention. 5 to shoot. Mahoney. And the rebound will stay with the Cats. Inbound to Eggert. And a foul on the rebound. By the way, if you're thinking about fouls, that's the, actually they're just gonna call it a push out. 3 on, no, it is on SI. It's their 4th. Both teams have 4, so free throws on the next fouls.
14 fouls for the Wildcats.
Remember, they still do the 1-and-1 in high school. When these players graduate to the collegiate level, it's fouls are counted by quarters, and you shoot 2 after 5. Pretty simple. Gallegos working against Eggert. She'll go to the line.
Gallegos is just an athletic post player, and if you let her get the ball in deep, she's going to make you pay.
3rd on Eggert.
Gallegos has 2 shots.
2 here for Gallegos. Chance for the first 10-point lead of the night. Maya Falk in front of her bench. Irish will concede a rebound right here. That's really having faith in Gallegos as a shooter. Gallegos 3 of 3 from the line tonight. Bad break for the Wildcats.
Sacred Heart Cathedral's guard defense keeps pushing St. Ignatius's guards farther and farther away from the basket. It's just really preventing St. Ignatius from getting anything going with their offense.
Eid with the roll. It's starting to look like another day at the office for the Irish. Wildcats will keep it. Emily Ennis back for Sophia Sanchez. That's coming our way. Great bailout there by McGee. I think the officials missed a 10 count. Nothing there for Ennis. And the Wildcats get the putback. Ennis doing a great job staying with her shot. Eid. Well, the Wildcats press, the Irish burn them. Eid with the steal. The Irish have really picked up the pace here the last couple of minutes. Eid.
Beautiful move to the basket by Eid. She's just going to finish.
And a little pick there. Moniz. Yes! Timeout, St. Ignatius. And you start to think right now opportunities are running out for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you don't ever want to see, a team get down by as many points as St. Ignatius is. You're always hoping to get back into the game to make it a little bit closer, but the momentum is so much in the Sacred Heart Cathedral's side right now. And, you have people like Moniz making those steals and pressuring. It's just, she's playing great basketball right now.
Well, tonight, the green of Sacred Heart Cathedral shining like a bright emerald. And tonight's game brought to you by the San Francisco Police Officers Association, representing the hardworking heroes of San Francisco since 1946, and also by Holy Cross Catholic Cemeteries, serving families in the Bay Area for more than 135 years. Find out more at holycrosscemeteries.com. He wasn't alive when this song came out. Who left the dogs out?
I know you're the man of facts. What year did this come out?
2000.
Are you sure?
The Baja Men, yes. Wow. It was the Giants theme song that year. 47-33. McGee can run the base on. The Irish are going to decline to press right here. Up by 14. But basically a 6-0 run since they led by 8. Eggert had the rebound but gets fouled. That is Gallegos. Her 4th. But the Wildcats need quick scores. Eggert missing short. Gallegos nearly had it. And Poe secures it. Need too deep.
You know, Sacred Heart Cathedral's, I mentioned this earlier, is making St. Ignatius have a hard time start their offense. And even when they are getting shots off, they're not taking shots that they probably want to take.
No, it's the Irish defense has really turned up the heat in the second half. Sanchez, who had a nice little 6-0 explosion coming in. But you know, the Irish are forcing the Wildcat post to handle the ball in the open court with their press. That's one of the things you want to do.
Yeah. I have to say, I was always thankful I was a post and not a guard when we played teams like Sacred Heart Cathedral, because I did not want to have to handle the ball.
You know, I remember going to a lot of high school games growing up, and you'd see a post get the ball, and a coach would yell, "Find a guard, find a guard." I mean, basketball's transitioned to more of a positionless game. Free throws coming up here from Mahoney.
Irish foul number 0, Ryan Sosa. First personal foul. Bridget Mahoney has 2 shots.
2 shots here from Mahoney. Left-hander. You're still down 4 possessions. "12-point game. Wildcats need 4 scores in the final 2:10. Well, that's going to help St. Ignatius. Mahoney to Phillips. And a foul.
The benefits of those fouls from St. Ignatius is that it keeps stopping the clock for them. Good job on Smith of keeping it alive. With the guard play by Sacred Heart Cathedral, you just don't know. Usually the balls get turned over.
And Sacred Heart Cathedral will take the timeout. And if you're St. Ignatius, this is actually sort of your dream scenario. You get an early stop against Sacred Heart Cathedral. You're on the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, every time they get to the free throw line, they are stopping the clock, and it allows them to set up on defense and allows them to get a couple points while the clock is stopped.
And if you're St. Ignatius, you make both free throws, you can throw your press at the Irish.
Absolutely, and they need to get turnovers and quick baskets if they're going to get back into this game.
By the way, each team has 1 timeout left. Sacred Heart Cathedral has put SI into the double bonus with 8 team fouls. And St. Ignatius 5 team fouls to put Sacred Heart Cathedral in the single bonus. And the possession arrow favors the Wildcats. So Maya Falk and her team talking strategy. Free throws coming up here for Andrea Phillips, 5'7" junior.
For the Irish, that was the 4th personal foul. One shot remaining for Andrea Phillips.
Phillips can make this a 10-point game, but it's still a 4-possession lead.
Scobie, all of that 4 personal fouls.
Well, even with the air ball, the Wildcats can set up a press. Irish cannot run the baseline here, though. Irish find middle and freedom.
Now, Sacred Heart Cathedral didn't really have any problem breaking St. Ignatius' press.
Big bucket for Blecka. Leilani Blecka makes it a 13-point game again. Eggert with the miss. Well, I think Sacred Heart Cathedral can look forward to the baseball diamond on March 25th. And they often play the baseball game at AT&T Park. Open look. Nothing there for Eid. Got the trophy commemorating the World War II alumni at both schools. Looks like it'll be decided in March. The 5th matchup of a best-of-5 series, and for Sacred Heart Cathedral wins basketball, they're going to go to 16-2, 4-1 in the tough WCAL.
Good move to the basket by Phillips, but Gallegos is there to prevent the shot.
Eid needs to give it up. Beautiful pass, the lay-in, counted for Blecka.
Great bell movement by Sacred Heart Cathedral to find the open player.
Foul against the Wildcats.
Number 3, Abby Ennis, first personal foul.
That's on Ennis. Really doesn't matter at this point. Irish up 15 with 42 plus seconds to play. Just a matter of keep away. Irish extend the possession. Banker is good.
When you get a shot like that that's going in, you know that you're doing something right.
Did they make Muniz call bank, though? The route is on.
I think she was even surprised that one in.
And the victory belongs to the Fighting Irish of Sacred Heart Cathedral tonight. Jessica, your thoughts here on the ballgame? We saw the Sacred Heart Cathedral defense really turn up the heat.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to be here and talk about this game with you. But Sacred Heart Cathedral's defense and pressure pushes, it was too intense for St. Ignatius, so they were really never able to get back into the flow of the game, I think, after the first quarter.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the ball game, see how we got to this final outcome of 54-36. Well, the fans from both sides really pumped up.
You know, great offensive rebound by Mahoney. She was everywhere. Rebounding, defense. Again, great transition basketball by her. There's Mahoney stealing the ball again, keeping it alive for Sacred Heart Cathedral. She was just everywhere today. Gallegos, so tough inside, athletic post player.
And McGee for St. Ignatius. Mahoney led everybody with 13 tonight.
That was a great drive to the basket, but, you know, she's got that player control foul. And then Poe, you know, she hitting those open shots from the outside, just kind of nail in the coffin for St. Ignatius.
Great distribution by the Irish. And Sanchez had a moment to shine.
You know, Sanchez was a little spark off the bench for St. Ignatius, but, you know, they needed a couple other people to step up to support her.
And Reza Poe providing the exclamation point. Well, great job tonight by our entire Bay Area Online Sports Network crew. The reproduction, retransmission, or dissemination of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without the permission of St. Ignatius and the Bay Area Online Sports Network. For our entire crew, my partner Jessica Blodgett, our statman Joey Kimball. This is George Devine wishing you a very pleasant good evening from the hilltop. We'll see you on the baseball diamond in March.